Greetings, one and all, to the most cursed, most cringiest corner of the internet. A YouTube channel content creator, actively alienating everyone, in both the analog and digital world. Well, welcome and good evening, wonderful dice of all alignments. I am Lunar D8. Your time's up. One of my coworkers must have ratted me out. I need your things gone ASAP. Whatever. I'll leave when I leave. See if I care. Move using the arrow keys. Press enter or spacebar to inspect. Escape opens the menu. Holding shift changes speed. Look around as much as you like. The door to leave is at the top right. A tangled mess of curly hair, exacerbated by bedhead. She will wrangle it into submission before leaving the house. Rima is very intently ignoring every follow-up text. She will leave on her own schedule, not at the insistence of someone whose face she cannot recall. Incompetent. If you did your job properly, I could have finished my work in its entirety. Now I'm left with no choice but to present it as it is. Even a simulated test would be nice. She continues muttering to herself under her breath. Fluffy socks, warm with stripes. Some sort of cheap mattress. It's been in use for far too long, as Rival would rather have more money to dedicate towards research in lieu of better quality life items. a length of wire to bridge the gap. A charger incapable of fulfilling its purpose. It stares at the power outlet, waiting expectantly to be picked up. A power outlet, nothing more, nothing less. A light switch. It's better to have the light off. That's more like it. A metallic lamp hangs from the ceiling. Rima stares up at it every night. The hazy light bulb forming an opaque eye that looks down on her. It's reassuring to be able to pretend that someone is there. The sun is pouring through already. Clear skies. No wonder it's so loud outside today. The harsh brightness of the light is unpleasant, but the gentle warmth it provides wins over even someone as nocturnal as Rima. She moves out from under the blanket slightly to absorb it. She is quietly pleased. A thin but soft blanket, the kind you want to stay under. A soft yet firm, a pillows striking the perfect balance. When she was younger, she was frequently told that she had her eyes. The glow of the phone screen reflects in those same eyes, though more tired with the years taking their toll, brown turning to green as she continues to read her last report. If the world were to disappear around her, at this very moment she would neither notice nor care. A wooden picture frame, lying flat on a shelf. A thin layer of dust covers it, but the frame is in good condition. It has clearly been looked after with care. I don't want to look at it. The family's portrait, smiles, will forever be frozen in time. Her chest stings at the reminder of them. She quickly shuts her eyes, suppressing the idyllic memory to ease the pain. There's more important matters at hand. An exposed metal rod connects both sides of the room. It was probably part of the reason why Rima was able to live here at such a low cost. She makes use of it as a closet space, thanks to the power of clothes hangers. I'll change into it before I leave. A monitor connected to her lab for remote work, powered off. I wish I could have had just a little more time. Sunlight filtering in from the window, a reminder of the outside world. A bitter reminder that time continues on. The cold, exposed floor, also the reason for wearing socks. Should I leave yet? Time to head out. As she reaches for the door handle, Rima looks down at the blue and turquoise charm she carries with her at all times. She carefully affixes it to her wallet to keep it secure, gives it a rub for good luck, and takes a breath before quietly setting out towards her first destination. About time. So, grab the case already. Aren't I supposed to blend in as a customer? Those were your garbage rules, not mine. Let me at least window shop before taking off. Sorry. Grab it when you're ready. Neatly arranged medicine of low doses in comparison to the pharmaceutical drugs on the other side of the wall. She skims some of the descriptions for fun, finding amusement in knowing which chemicals she has utilized. In her own research, some of these shouldn't even be sold. The doses are so low, they might as well be placebos. Heh, placebos. I wonder if anyone would notice if I replaced some of these with sugar pills. That would be kind of a fun experiment. Not sure if I'd keep track of the population who purchased it, though. Especially since someone decided to catch the eye of local management and can't help me. I can literally hear you. You wouldn't actually pull a stunt like that, right? Of course not. Who do you think I am? I make the world a better place, remember? Soda in various forms, sprawled across the store shelves. No marketing is necessary when any cold beverage is in weather like this, evident by Rama's sudden dry mouth. Man, I need to hold back. The committee is more important. Bags of chips line the rows of the store shelves. Rima's mouth slightly waters at the sight of her favorite flavors, the packaging of each bright and inviting. Ah, I forgot to eat again. The committee is more important. I'll find something for lunch later. A cold tile floor, not pleasant to fall on, per prior experience. A length of wire to bridge the gap. Steel body of a modern security monitor, like a TV, cold to the touch. A security camera, displaying what it sees to the television screen as a warning. It's of no concern to Rima, as she knows the server the data is stored on has been past capacity for quite some time. The briefcase is in plain sight. Unless someone were to observe the live footage at this moment, there is no danger. Having monitored the activity around this particular pharmacy in this particular store, Rima knows it's safe. A length of wire to bridge the gap. A poster. Don't forget your meds. As if I'd forget. Not even going to speak to me. As if you deserve being acknowledged. Tough crowd. A simple slips. I didn't get to read any of that. "13 minutes in." Okay. I accidentally pushed a button too fast. What would you even want to speak about anyway? I'm not entirely sure, actually. I guess I should interact again if I want to talk about things. Should I say anything? Kill time, mostly watching shows, catching a movie every now once in a while, hang out with friends when they're free, stuff like that. You know, I'll have to remember this if anyone ever asks me that question. What do I do in my free time? I'll just have to say this. It sounds better. I can't remember last time I did anything besides work or sleep. Now is not the time for Rima to think. That's the luxury she will have while waiting at the subway station later. My most important part now is securing the briefcase. She has discreetly been watching the object of her attention through her peripheral vision, noting the condition of the case to make sure it has not been tampered with. It looks the same as I saw it last time. I'll make sure by checking the weight before leaving, but at least they didn't screw it up. Take the case. I stored it per your instructions, so. She examines the case carefully, opening it to ensure the validity of its contents before shutting the lid with a sigh of relief. It looks good. I wired the money to your account for the trouble. Pleasure doing business. Don't expect a repeat customer. For a little reparation here, it didn't have a setback. My work could have been finished properly. Yeah, sorry about that. Good luck with whatever you have planned. Thanks. Good luck to you too. She exits the decrepit storefront, looking back one final time. Got what I came for. Next up is the committee. Rima begins walking toward the nearest subway station. She soon finds herself descending via metal stairs, via, towards the landing point, noting the paint that is peeled off from daily use. There is a sound of acknowledgement from the computer system as she scans her pass before going through the turnstile. Do you guys say turns-tile or turnstile? I can hear the subway coming and going at regular intervals on the other side of the metal island. This sensation of each train arrival resembles that of a wave approaching, the water washing over us all, in a place where even the sun cannot reach. Rima quietly evaluates her current situation. Everything will be over soon. I should probably make sure I have everything in order before the subway arrives. Rusted metal columns forming the ribcage of the station. A set of long winding trails in the ground. They look like veins. A light piercing through the darkness. An eye staring back at me. A tall, imposing series of archways. A reminder that we are underground. A tunnel whose depths are seemingly never-ending. Someone standing in my vicinity. They seem preoccupied with an important phone call. Not like the signal will last much longer once we're in the tunnels, though. Someone's standing closer than I'd like. They're acting a bit strange. I'll try to grab a seat further away once I'm on the subway. Still got a couple minutes to kill. Vague silhouettes of people in the distance. They're barely discernible from the landscape. Rima takes a deep breath, steadying herself. This is the day she has been preparing for. Sooner than expected, yes, but Rima is certain even in a somewhat unfinished state, this time her project will succeed. This time the committee will recognize how invaluable her research is to society at large. They will give her the resources she needs to make her medicine a staple of every dangerous surgical operation, so no one has to suffer from loss the way she has. I can't afford to fail. I only have one chance. Their deaths can't be in vain. I'll make sure they're remembered. Everything has been for their sake, even if they can't see it. The person who was standing close to Rima moves forward, closer, bumps into her, discreetly stealing her wallet. case and its precious cargo fall out of her grasp as an unintended consequence of the pickpocket's collision. Ryma instinctively reaches towards the charm. She keeps alongside her wallet, only to find both suddenly absent. She spins toward the culprit and sees those familiar shades of dark blue and turquoise slip into their coat pocket. Thief. That charm I please. You can keep the wallet I just... Preemptive Phoenix down. There is nothing left to say, and there is no one left to listen. The wave crashes down. We're talking about part of a heart or a lung, right? I mean, there's no box here. My first guess was the brain, but whatever. Assuming it's a kidney? Small intestine. Why would the lung go up in the shoulder? It's like so high up. Don't tell me a liver weighs 3 pounds. Yep. My head. I feel like I got run over by a truck. It'd be cooler if it was something bigger than a truck, actually. She rubs her eyes and drowsily observes her surroundings. How did I get here? Is this some kind of prank? A more advanced version of a robotic arm is hooked up to something I couldn't get to read. Must have been a fun project to build this. The needle in the middle of the claw is a little disconcerting, though. Seriously sucks at its motions now. At last. What a shame. An assortment of medical tools lie on the table. I wonder why that's there. Light filters in from the window. Why does this feel like deja vu? My head is splitting apart seriously. The steel body of a television screen, repurposed to serve as part of a greater whole. Oh, talk about cold to the touch. A piece of memory surfaces the person's face hazy. Her voice is clear. You always had your... It's frozen. But then who do these eyes belong to? But then who do those eyes belong to? She locks eyes with her reflection and does not recognize what stares back. Her stomach drops. There is a deep, overwhelming urge to throw up immediately. She rushes toward the window frame so she can breathe in fresh air to quell the nausea. She sticks her head out of the window to feel the wind rush by, to be reminded that she is alive, even in this form. The atmosphere of the city hits her all at once. Hard to tell. People walking in all directions. The smell of delicious food, the sound of laughter in the distance. Her senses feel heightened. Or was it that she never paid attention to this sort of thing before? Regardless, there's a distinct feeling that the city is alive, and that she too is alive with it. Life has a strange way of continuing on in spite of it all, whether it's because of her disoriented brain, or the warm sun in her skin. She's already moved past the initial source of distress, so she can't remember what she did with her life until now, and her body looks severely disfigured compared to before. Not that she was a model. So what? Her stomach growls. She's alive. Her newfound appetite is further proof of that. If she can't remember her former life's purpose, then this is simply an opportunity to choose one for herself. Her stomach growls once more. I don't think I ate anything today. There is a neon sign flickering in the distance, advertising snacks and refreshments at the local arcade. Was that always down the street? Whoa, they sell popcorn too. Surely this is fate. She supposes that a second chance shouldn't be put to waste. She gets back inside with the more pressing matter of food on her mind. She strides past the entirety of the lab's ruins until the entrance door closes behind her. The committee ceased monitoring. Rather, they lost their anchor for surveillance, as she never returned to that apartment again.